If you're struggling to come up with a new idea for your pottery, try going live on Instagram or YouTube. What is up, Shape Nation? This is Nic Torres here, and on this episode, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of going live on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, or even TikTok if you choose that matter. Very recently, I came up with the idea because one of the things I want to achieve this year is that I want to be able to sell my pottery more often. Not just more often, but I also want to be able to sell it. I want to be able to sell it out, because that's the dream of something I've always wanted, is I want to be able to sell out my own pottery because then I know that I'm heading in the right direction with everything. But why am I saying to go live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or any social media platform? Well, one of the ways I'm trying to sell out my pottery is I'm trying to master YouTube. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get it to where people start asking me about my own pottery, where I don't have to really necessarily sell it to them. They just ask, oh, is this available? Or is this, where can I find one of these? That's one of my goals. And the reason why I'm doing YouTube is because YouTube has a little bit of a better community building in it if you were able to master a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to do. And one of the things I've been experimenting with is I've been going live on YouTube. I've done it twice now. And here is what I have learned from these 2 live sessions on YouTube. So my goal with going live right now isn't to necessarily have a bunch of viewers on my work. Right now, it's just to kind of get comfortable going live, be live so that I can just be in that zone, take one step at a time, and eventually, hopefully, it'll snowball into something beautiful. And as I'm going live here, a lot of times I have a plan with my pottery. Like, let's say, like the last one I did was I had a vase and I cut it in half, and the plan was to make it look like a final boss fight where the boss was looking down onto like the main character, and the main character just busted in through the door, and in he came, and he was ready for that fight. That was the intention I had for that one, but my vase was too narrow, so I couldn't create that idea that I had. And because I was doing it live, I had to come up with something on the spot in order to, like, even if, like, although nobody was listening or like looking at the video, I started coming up with something live because live videos will stay there afterwards. So I had to come up with something on the spot. And so what I came up with after literally straight up having a conversation with myself and trying to make it live interesting was a person looking over the cliff and somebody climbing up the cliff, and it kind of looks like he's looking down it. And that ended up being way better than my first idea. But that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't live. I would have pondered that for a long while. I probably would have either like gotten up, maybe gotten some food, walked it off, whatever. And it would have took me a lot longer if I wasn't doing it live. So I'll think of it like this. Have you ever had a conversation with someone? Maybe it's, like a family member or a friend, and they're having a really rough time. Something just happened to them. Maybe their girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with them, and they are ranting to you about it. They're just ranting you, and they start asking questions like, have you ever felt this way? Like, have you ever felt alone? Have you ever? And they're just rambling on about it to you, and they don't really give you a chance to speak. But you listen anyways, and by the time they're done talking, they feel so much better. They didn't need somebody to answer the questions. They needed somebody to listen. And it's the same thing if you try to go live and you're like stuck on an idea, go live, because what this is going to do is going to force you to talk out the conversation in your head, and to talk out the idea in your head, because now you're on the spot. You're on the spot, and everything's going to be going, like, just kind of flowing into you, and you're trying to make it interesting, but you're also trying to come up with a good idea. So you're coming up on the spot with a new idea, a new form. And that's why I think if you're having a little bit of a struggle with coming up with new ideas, try going live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever it is you do social media. This is just something I have noticed from my first 2 lives, but I think it can really help you out if you are somebody that wants to push an idea even further. Not only that, if you already have a good following, going live could actually get you new ideas from outside people. You could ask them, like, what should I do for this piece? and then they'll give you their input. And then if you like it, then you could do it. That's why I think we should all at least be trying to get out of our comfort zone and try to go live. The first couple of times you're going live, you're going to suck. And it's true, because I still suck right now at going live on YouTube. But that's okay. The more you suck, the better you'll get eventually. The more you do it, the better you'll get. So don't think of it as like try to, get a bunch of listeners in all at once. What you want to do is try to just set it up and just do it and try to improve your pottery. So that is just my take, and it's just something I have learned recently. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one.